Welcome back to Bronze League! Heroes.
Additional supply depots
In the bottom right, the Terran player in the red are Master J. And in the top left, Genpao, the Protoss. Terran versus Protoss. You'd think the highly advanced aliens with lasers and warp gate would easily overpower the Terrans with their bullets and drugs. But that remains to be seen. Two gates to open things up. Our Master J so far looking like a pretty, okay, not standard, but a recognizable opener. In the sense that it almost could have been in a build order guide that was skimmed over and then misinterpreted after watching for 45 seconds while intoxicated. And that's where we are now. But two zealots on the way. Both rallied individually to different important spots to make sure he maintains control of those zones. More like sentries. We would call them sentries, but that would create confusion. Cybernetics core on the way. Expansion for our Master J. Neither is confirmed as of yet. The other player is not AFK. Get there. That's a very sleek skin. What is that, the Forge skin? Even his nerve cords look like they're edgy. It's like it's straight out of West Ire story. Look how slick and dark we are, and that's how you know we're serious. Like the Tal'Darim. That might be the default level 31. I don't know. The Judicator. Oh, yes, that sounds very serious. A robotics facility. Another zealot. Where's this one headed? Ah, yes. They will pass by these entries. Oh, and they're going to pick up camp. Meanwhile, there's a Reaper heading across. The zealots continue to the other side of the map, past the double bridges here on Ephemeron. One of the most iconic maps now in Legacy of the Void. The Reaper will successfully scout. There is no third base, as they both continue to vie for zone control. One of the most deceptively not skill-based arcade games in all of SC2. For those who don't know about zone control, the key to zone control is whining enough that other people fight the people you want them to fight, but not whining so much everybody just wants to kill you. So you have to whine just the right amount. Also, there's some marine micro, but it's mostly whining. Try zone control today. Alright. So oh, no. Whoa, that was close. That was close. Judicator says, you're not getting a pass. I mean, you'll get one free pass. This is your second chance. And then he takes a third chance. And the Reaper somehow makes it out after it runs the gauntlet. Meanwhile, the rest of the Protoss units in anger will chase it down. A Forge, a robotics facility, a Twilight, +1. What isn't on the production tab? Most things. He doesn't have much money. They're still hunting for the Reaper. They have yet to unlock the minimap DLC, so everything's just blacked out in the fog of war. The map is dark and full of Terrans, as Protosses know. Some turrets on the way, very important after scouting to get that turret to make sure you feel, your SCVs feel comfortable with their... Oh, this SCV, like, it trained 2 years getting an associate's degree in static defense. And now you might be like, well, some people get a master's degree. These guys definitely did not get a master's. Let's put it that way. But this SCV knows how to build a turret, and you're telling me just because somebody didn't lower the depot, he doesn't get to build a turret? Okay, I see how it is. That's just disrespectful. Meanwhile, wow, okay. So the, this reminds me, what I'm reminded of when I see this is the AI. Like the AI, any bit of the StarCraft AI, which just randomly patrols units around for some reason. Those units can be either expensive or like workers, or somehow the AI ends up with 584 APM, 300 of which is patrolling probes around random areas. This might be one of those like, will the machines learn to be like us? No. I think more realistically, we'll just become more like the machines. And here Ganpao is doing his best demonstration of way too much practice against the medium AI. But with that said, our Master J putting together his production. Ganpao has technically observed this. Another base on the way for Ganpao. He's going for the bingo strat. He's got 2 out of 4 corners. Of course, the hardest part. There's a scan. There. Okay. There. Oh, he scanned the expansion. And he actually saw a Dark Templar, which just kind of walked through it. There are a few probes out here. There's another base. Did he see the Dark Templar, though? It was near the tail end of the scan. A tank heading to the high ground. Will pay its tank mortgage and remain sieged there for quite a while to pay off the price of sieging there, of course. Meanwhile, probes doing probe things. Gateway units. Has anything died yet? A zealot. When did the zealot die? And an observer. They may have walked into another 3 out of 4 corners. He's on match point here. If he just manages to get a nexus where our Master J's main command center is, we're going to declare him a bingo victor, which, while the game doesn't recognize that as a victory, we do. Here at WinterStarcraft Incorporated, we recognize that as a de facto victory. So, meanwhile, 4 Marines hunt down mercilessly. Oh, maybe mercifully. They killed it pretty quick. The probe. The Protoss army is in pursuit. Those 4 Marines, the Terran Republic commandos. Unfortunately, though, microing back, trying to engage the Zealot. Will it be enough? The Zealot engages single combat. That Marine, wow, eviscerated. Yikes. Probably shouldn't have taken single combat. It's like, well, what were my options? Maybe fight for someone else. Ganpao back on patrol, making sure no one else gets within shouting distance of his nexus. Our Master J continues to build up, ready for anything, asterisk. There's the Stargate. Or the tech tree branches out. As so far, both sides have lost hundreds of resources, which amounts to dozens per minute on average. And it looks like Ganpao's epic patrol. Oh no! That's a war crime. Like, but we're at war. War crime! Arrest this man. Or arrest Drunk Potato for giving us this replay and saying, this was worth watching. And if you're watching this on YouTube right now, the rest, the first 10 minutes don't tell the whole story. And I don't mean the first 10 minutes are the start of 20 minutes of No Rush. The first 10 minutes don't tell almost any. In fact, we have barely even reached the cover page of this story, as Drunk Potato may have been too deep in his vodka. and not realized he was watching a different game. But we will see. We now have a wide variety of flying units. Warp Prism, Void Ray, +2. That's not a flying unit, but Blink. The production tab continues to be populated by things. There's now 4 Nexi. 5? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4. Okay. Wait. Yes, 4. The tank. A tank. Un tank. A scan. Another scan. Oh, the way scans are cool. Oh my god! Oh, I'm okay. I blacked out for a second. What happened? Oh my god, why are all these Red Bull cans on the floor? What do you mean I needed more energy? Shut up. Shut up, kid. Okay, so it appears that our Master J has gathered some vision. He actually knows where all of the bases are. What? And now it's time to do. Oh no! Oh no! Gad Powell's been AFK for. It's unclear. It appears he's back though. We lost him for a second there. Oh, looks like the variety pack of... Is there a probe? There's a probe in there. Observers and probes, the only one supply Protoss units. It looks like the escort. A bit of an ambitious move command. Oh, the probe pops out. The probe probably the most important part of this, I think. Okay, the entire Terran army just kind of left. But... the DT wall! What is this campaign? The DTs slaughtering everyone! Templar! What is your profession? Butchery! The Terrans will not stop us! He scanned 40 times before, but he's gonna need to scan 40 more! Oh no, and he's in the main! Oh. The +1 armor means he doesn't one-shot. The boys! The boys fight the DTs! The DTs fight the orbital fights existential dread. And suddenly our Master J has lost an orbital. Or has he? I don't know if he lifted it. He didn't lift it. It's gone. He's lost a... There's now 60 Marines lost. There were 4 before. I'll let you do the math on that. Oh my god. Freeze frame. +1 after that engagement. It's obvious the takeaway is that we need a little more armor for the DTs, so that way they can kill the orbital. A Raven is on the way. More Void Rays. I don't know if the Void Rays saw much action. A cult of stalkers warped in. Some of them got here early, like overachievers. Dicks. More gates on the way. Nidus, what? Nexus. Resonating glaives. +1 air weapons. And... Can I get a fleet beacon? Did we lose him? Oh. Our Master J. Rebuilding. Recovering from the slaughter at the 3rd. Oh, there it is! Oh my god! Oh! The Golden Armada. Prismatic core alive. The fleet bacon is cooking up some more void rays. Seven Stargates at Stargate Command back at the main nexus, but our Master J is nearly maxed out. He's got +1, which is maximum upgrades that are multipliable by 1 without being more than 1. And are also integers. Liberators, here comes everyone. This time the Marines won't be stopped. Not by you, not by Zealots, maybe by DTs. Liberation is at hand. A beautiful Liberator circle there. A bit. I mean, that, yep, those probes, not gonna make it. Meanwhile, Ganpow moves in, puts a couple Archons together. The rest will remain as Dark Templar. Our Master J was finding the unsiege button for Liberators. Oh, didn't catch all of them. Got the last one. Okay. Oh, and it's time to move. Meanwhile, though, the Protoss army is here. The DTs. There's a Raven right there. Okay. Some target fire. He's moving units in. Marines. It looks like the Marines will just... Well, they're tearing through everything. Almost all the airs. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. You might be like, did the Terran win that fight? Oh, I thought all the Ravens died. If all the Ravens had died, the answer would have been a resounding no. Because then Dark Templar. There are 5 carriers in production. The customary lose everything into carriers tech switch. As well as anything, like if it's the most expensive unit you can build it. Mass Marines here. There are 93 Marines on the field at the moment, which is approximately 1 metric fuckton of Marines. It's most of his supply. As he slowly works his way around the bases. My eyes are glazing over looking at that many Marines marching. Moves over. Does he see the Void Ray building? It pops out. It will live. Lucky it. Flux Veins done. Meanwhile, the Protoss army. What remains of it, or what has been strung together, is ready to go for a base trade. That's a bold move. There's almost nothing at home. Oh, a Raven pops out. You gotta be careful with those things. The Dark Templar go to work. Of course it's a base trade. Carriers showing up to the party. Oh, but the Marines, will they go for the carriers? The natural is gone. The Raven, though. The Raven is possibly the most important unit. The Raven is such an important unit! Will the Raven make it? He targets it! That's target fire on the Raven! If he gets the orbital... Oh wait, there's another command center. If he gets the orbital, though, there's no detection except the turrets. So now there are 2 DTs in the main. There must always be 2. And also that other guy. That's Steve. And Steve doesn't know what he's doing. He's going for... I think at both... That doesn't stop the Raven from building, but the DTs are undetectable now. At least until that Raven pops. The DT's gonna start slicing through so many Dark Templar. They're in the midst of the Marines. The Marines are stimming. Every swipe takes out another 2. But if that Raven... There is a turret. There is a turret. So that DT dies. There is a turret. You gotta be careful. Oh, he builds an orbital. What a play! The Raven will build. A barracks burns. I have no idea what happened there, but a Void Ray shows up. Our Master J is down to 123 supply. This is his only mining base. Prismatics aligned. Hello. Tag team duo. Name a more iconic combo than one Colossus, one Void Ray, one turret, and a whole lot of Vikings. That's I mean, what did you expect? Did the Raven come out? The Raven is out. The DTs. An inopportune timing. He could just go for the orbital. He's going for it. You can left. You can left. He doesn't left. It's a disaster. But the Raven is the only detection. Oh no. The DT just laying into the SCVs. The Raven has not rebuilt their base and is being revealed. And then immediately, not so much. He can build a few more command centers, and by a few more, I mean 10. And Yan Pao is down to 39 probes. He doesn't have a bank either. He's got some pylons around. He's not got a huge amount of income here. Our Master J, of course, doesn't have a huge amount of income either because he has none. So, not the ideal amount. Everybody knows it's illegal to go over 8 workers, if it's red, it's bad. Red is bad. Everyone knows that. So you got to be careful to make sure you get your long-distance mining going. Alright, so this Stalker is about to do some real sick scouting. Yep. Scouted. He's going for the full-on base trade in the most literal sense. Well, I guess it's not a base trade, because Ganpao hasn't really traded much in the way of bases. Oh, the Void Rays are here. Oh, they find the SCVs, which haven't moved. He charges up the Void Rays, which, while it does no more damage and slows down the Void Rays, looks very scary. And also, same deal against the Marines. There was to be no retreat anyways. Extended thermal lance, as well as you can't long distance. He may have messed up pylons with Nexi here. It looks like he was going to try to return the minerals to the pylons, which would be cool, but also not how it works at all. The probes. Uh-oh. Well, they're going for the tank! A small group is split off. Meanwhile, the Stalkers, we're still in a base trade scenario. It continues. The Stalkers are going for the command center. There's a handful of Marines standing by. They need to move. Okay, now it's a base trade. Our Master J, here come the Marines. The rest of the Marines taken out. Oh no, a Raven! A very important Raven. There's a Raven on both sides. Never mind, there was a Raven. He's down to 5. Those SCVs, if he runs out of SCVs, he loses. Or he doesn't lose, but he can't win. Well, I mean, he can win, but, you know, it's a bit of a mess. 4 SCVs left. Those boys, precious. Precious. Meanwhile, though, the Terran army's in the main. The carriers, they take out the Raven. There's absolutely no detection, but there's no money to warp in DTs. He can't warp in DTs because he's broke as shit. Oh, he needs 1 DT. Are there any DTs warping in 2? The Dark Shrine is targeted. And finally, oh, but the Marines are trapped and the DT is out. He got 2. Oh, they're trapped. They're trapped, the DTs. There's no contest for him. Does he realize he could pick up into the medevac? He gets the Dark Shrine. He's got to get out of there. Get out. Get out! If only in some sort of air unit that could pick up the Marines! But the Marines, no, unfortunately, stuck where the Dark Templar are able to slay them. So now the army is 1 carrier and 4 Dark Templar as the DT murders a horror movie. Oh, please come back! Did you know DTs are very slightly faster than Marines? These Marines do. Ah! Oh! Revenge! Wait, those are the only... They're going by. No, they just went by. He's coming back with his last Raven. Can he afford another one? I mean, technically, yes, but practically, let's not be ridiculous. An orbital's on the way, but the DTs... yeah. Okay. The DT... The carrier! Here comes the... But there's a turret! The real fight begins! Can he take down it? He gets one interceptor. Meanwhile, though, the Terran army's headed back across the map. Back home again. There's nothing in production. The carrier's going for the starport. The DTs are killing everything that isn't tied to the ground. Here comes the Marines. He still has 3 times as much army supply. He very technically has detection, but the carrier could target the Raven. But it really likes that starport. Oh, he went for the medevac, which was very close to being where the Raven was. Oh no, the DTs just die. They just die. The 4 SCVs continue to mine. There's still money in the bank. Ganpao has nothing. He's broke. He's got barely any gas and even less minerals. There's still long distance mining. He's somehow mining out of this base. Which, okay. There's still like half a dozen probes scattered throughout the map. My proud people became refugees. But by the Kala. Oh, I'm sorry. I meant Corona. The probe was sent here intentionally. It had intent. It's not on patrol. It's not long distance mining. Most of these are. Oh no! They're directly in the line of the juggernaut Terran army that has slowly, oh, so slowly, but surely, made its way around the map now for I don't know how many times. But when one of these times will be the last. Are there DTs? There are no DTs. There's probes. That's it. It's just probes. The army supply is 20. He has 2 zealots, 1 carrier, 3 stalkers, and 1 void ray, which are units that exist. Meanwhile, our Master J is up to almost as many workers as he started with. 3 probes heading in. The barracks were relanded. The Marines, you can't recall. There's no attack move. The carrier finds the orbital. So does the Void Ray. Maybe the rest of the units will eventually get the memo. They do. Now we're gonna have to have... Ganpao builds a pylon. Oh no, he's going for the bingo strat, but the time has passed. The last orbital dies. Are there any other SCVs? Will any SCVs escape? They're trying to run by. He's down to 2. The stalkers are chasing. There are 3 total. The carrier finds the last one. The one last man standing. He has to rebuild from the ground up. He survives. I'm going to the structures tab. That's the most valuable one right now. The Protoss are ransacking the main. They're looking for something to hit. The barracks are lifted. The main base of Ganpao under assault. Ganpao has no more income. Once that Nexus is dead, he will get no more income. We are now staring down, well, not even a draw, but at this point, that SCV may have the game in its fusion cutter. Because the difference between a win and a loss will now be the buildings that remain. The Terran army Are there enough Viking? There are 3 Vikings against 1 carrier and 1 void ray. 3 Vikings and a Raven against 1 carrier and 1 void ray, which I have no idea. It's unclear who wins that. It really depends on the Raven. Meanwhile, a void ray is chasing the factory. The factory will burn. There's only 1 SCV with which to repair it. Does he even know? Right now, Ganpao has vision of all of the Terran buildings. As Armmaster J is being revealed and his probes contributing a serious amount of DPS. Oh no, the probes. Will they be able to find it? They chase around the map. The carrier and void ray tag team duo. The stalkers will chase the barracks. Kind of. Meanwhile, though, is anything sent back towards the main? There's still another. This is such an awkward amount left. Oh my god. The units are coming back. There's a tech lab. There's a tech lab. Oh my, the probe is just out of vision range of the SCV. There's a tech lab. There's a tech lab. The zealot, it can't be repaired. He needs to get the tech. They're not going for it. Is it burning? What? What? Oh, he killed the last build. Wait, no, he didn't. Yes, he did. That was the last building. It's over. Technical knockout. That was Ganpao's last building. He survives with a burning reactor, a bruised tech lab, a floating Rex, and a dream. So that may have started slow, and it may have ended the same way, but much more dramatically. Well, what do you think? Why, how, should it have come to that? But that's not really the question. The question is, did you enjoy? What do you think of Drunk Potatoes Choice? Like, subscribe, ring the bell, leave a comment. Was that really? Could those guys actually be? I can't believe. There's your templates. But at the end of the day, thank you for watching. Bronze League Heroes.